Hello, everyone. Oh, I hope that doesn't stay. It might stay. So, oh, I'm gonna turn the volume. There we go. Much better. Anyways, uh, as some of you may be aware, we had a goddamn fire at the new building yesterday. So today, I find myself at the current shop, not the new shop, and I'm just going to be cleaning some tools. So I thought maybe I would pop up a live stream and let you guys join me while I sit here and polish all of my, or what's left of my tools that I lost in this fire. I think you guys set up here. We'll polish the tools together. What do you say? That might be a good time. I'm actually, oh geez, I'm using a new TV service here tested by my friend called Restream. So I am hopefully streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch all at the same time. I think but basically what I'm going to be doing today is I just have a bunch. I'm trying to see if I can see the chat with you guys, if there is one. Let me see. Is there a chat? Maybe? Yeah, possibly. Do we have them up yet? Yeah, there you go. Cool. All right. So, like I said, I'm polishing tools today. I have dozens of tools like this that just got fucking destroyed in the fire. I lost the majority of my tools were kind of lost in the fire. Because as far as we can tell, the fire actually started in all of my tools that I had down there. At this point, the only thing that makes any sense to us, because nobody had been in there for 2 days, was a lithium-ion battery. It decided to just explode. And then once that fire, I had all of these tools sitting around. They're all plastic tools, a bunch of lithium-ion batteries, WD-40, all kinds of things, all packed together in the same area. And if one of those batteries decided to go up, I think the rest of them pretty goddamn quickly. So, but I found myself sitting here polishing these tools, and I was like, well, this is just terribly anymore. Maybe some impact people might want to stop it and say hello. So that's what I'm doing. There's a mixture of tools here. A lot of them are plastic, some of them are metal, and I'm just using like a can of WD-40, some simple green cleaner. Just kind of going through each one, giving it a quick spray down. Because I don't know if you guys have ever experienced fire before, but the goddamn smell is the worst part. A lot of these tools are probably newer for the wear. These are the ones that were just kind of far enough away from everything to have been affected. The ones that were anywhere near where the fire happened, they turned into there's just an entire puddle of plastic and metal that used to be all my sitting there. But most of these ones are far enough away that I can just kind of like just get some of the nasty smoke residue off them, and then hopefully it'll be okay. This used to be my laser level clamp. My laser level is very gone. Don't have one of those anymore. Oh man, it sucks. So one of the questions I've been getting a lot from people is like, well, hey, you don't have insurance. What about insurance? I do have insurance in that building. Fortunately, the insurance that I have is so I have a loan building, right? So we bought it a little over a year ago. I got a loan for the place. When you have a loan on anything of significant value, it's required that you it's required that you get a loan to protect the asset. So I got a loan, but because I wasn't occupying the building, and I knew that I had at least, a 2-year renovation to deal with. Um, I just got what the bank recommended was vacant building insurance, which to me it seemed fine. They insured the building for its total value, but insurance sucks. Nobody really wants to talk with it. The bank says, "Hey, do this." I'm like, "Okay, good enough. We'll do it." So I didn't really think too much about it. But anyway, so we had this fire, and I'm talking to some friends. And, I talked to my insurance agent briefly, and the consensus, what looks like is going to happen is I could get them involved to help me, completely restore the building to its prior state. I put this on the blog. I just went out to a giant toolbox. It's not going to be organized. It's not going to be pretty. I have my shit so well organized for all these different toolboxes. For now, I'm just trying to get it put away so I can kind of get it out of my life and get back to going around. But back to the insurance thing. From talking to everybody, what it seems like is going to happen is use my old crimping metal in case you do a smokestack or some kind of ventilation. But what seems like is going to happen is I could turn this into my insurance, and they could go ahead and hire somebody to come in and fix everything, pay me for all my tools, blah 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 blah. But if I do that, because it's an incidental claim, not a total loss claim, it would raise my insurance so much indefinitely. Like my premium would ostensibly triple. Like it would go from about a $2,000 policy for my vacant building insurance. I would probably go up to about $6,000 a year just for the foreseeable future. If that's the case, it makes absolutely no sense to even turn this into insurance. Because if I do that, I turn it into insurance, and then they triple my premium. Now I'm paying $6,000 a year. Probably like between $20,000 and $30,000 damage. If I just do it out of pocket, I'll be better off than if I turn it into my insurance longer. So the shitty and unfortunate answer about insurance, we can talk about this. They're probably not going to be able to help you, if at all. Basically, just deal with this myself. Excuse me, guys. I have the social content on. Let me see if I can do this right. Will that work? I would like to, if you guys are saying things, I'd like to be able to respond. I'm not sure if it's happening or not. Check it out. Social comments. How do we do that? Let's figure that out. Oh, people are saying stuff. To everybody saying stuff, I have no fucking clue how to put the comments on. So, sorry. I guess we're just gonna not do that shit. All right, fuck it, whatever. Life goes on. We're going back. I'm not the most technologically in the world. I need to get some pointers from my good friend at Dance Down on how to use it more effectively. But he suggested restream it. I was like, yeah, let's sign up for that. Shit. I was very disappointed we didn't have Instagram Live on there. So, like, I think we're on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, but not Instagram Live. Come on, what the fuck is that? Geez. Okay. Over. Clean. Let's clean some more over. How about this? You want to clean these with me? Let's do it. You and me. Together now. I think we can clean different heaven. Click on it. See what's oh, cool. Yeah, we're in. That's cool. What's up, everybody? It's streaming. It's fucking great to see you guys. Welcome to my incredibly subpar stream that I have going on. For anybody who just jumped in, I'm just here doing some tools because we had a fire at the new HHG drum shop yesterday. No, 2 days. So we're currently in my existing shop, which is my detached garage in my house. And about a year ago, I bought a new building. Beautiful, fucking 1927, 3,000 square foot warehouse style building. It was originally a Chrysler service station. And we had a fucking fire. I woke up Friday morning, and that day we went we've been working on the building for about a year now, mostly just doing demolition. The place was just like it was all fucked up inside. So we got to the point where it had all the lights on. The electrical was, I was getting through the electrical to the point where I could put all the lights up. I had just put my heat. I ran all new gas lines, got my heaters in and shit. So the place was heated. I had lighting, beautiful, clean, nice. And we were starting to look forward to like some finishing touches, like some interior stuff, some painting, running the HVAC for all the tools and stuff. And I get a call Friday morning from my buddy who works at Allegheny Glass, 9 a.m. I was having some. I just threw on some chili peppers. I was going to start building drums. And Dan's like, "Hey Sam, Dan from Allegheny Glass. We came down here today delivering brand new windows that we're going to be installing next week. It's coming Monday. And we were in the garage door. Your building was on fire." So I jump in my truck and I drove down there in the most reckless, fast way that I could possibly do. 100 fucking miles an hour, no red lights. I flew the fuck down. I get there, fire trucks are arrived. Fucking craziness. What do you want to think next? How about the old open-ended customer? Let's say you. Not so bad. It smells like burnt outside. It smells like. Anyways, back to my lengthy retelling fire story. So I get down there, fire truck everywhere, smoke pouring out of the building. My immediate thought, and what terrified the shit out of me, was I had just installed all the new gas line and the heater completely by myself. I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I know how to do it enough to get it done effectively. And my first thought was like, oh my god, I'd had the heat on for maybe a month, 3 weeks, something like that. And I was like, oh Jesus, I fucked up the gas lines. There was a gas leak and I exploded my heat. Fuck, right? So that was my immediate assumption. I had this sinking feeling in my stomach, Jesus Christ, you just burnt down your building. What the fuck's wrong with you? And so things proceed, and the firemen get in there to rip down my $5,000 garage door that I had installed last year. Ripped it to the ground. They're spraying hot water everywhere, and the place is clearly filled with smoke. So we get the smoke cleared. They get the fire out, and it becomes immediately apparent that the fire was located in one like 8x8 area in the back of the building. And in that area was where I had all of the tools. So, as I'm working, I have all these power tools, hand tools, and all this. And then, like, some supplies, and everything that I was using to work on the building. And just to keep things organized, I just kind of kept it in one area, kept it on the toolbox. None. No worse than that. That'll work. Oh, apparently I have two. Let's play another one. So it becomes immediately apparent that fire was, it started in the pools somehow, and it stayed there. It didn't really spread anything. Um, like the building never actually caught on fire. Pause. One minute, I gotta get. I'll be right back. Jaws. I'm here. So it became immediately apparent that the fire had started in my tools and it was contained there. The building didn't catch on fire. Now, the shitty thing about that is all of my tools are currently a pile of metal and melted plastic that is glued to the floor of the shop, which fucking sucks. Like they were my personal tools, just like shit that I had collected over the years for this construction work. You know what I mean? Like dozens of cordless drills, batteries, all my handles, all my shit. Just a pile of it. So, a little bit of time goes by. It becomes immediately apparent that, like, okay, so it wasn't the gas line. I didn't fuck up the gas line. Feeling better about that. That wasn't my fault. The gas line didn't even look rough anywhere. It looked fine. So so then we're like, well, okay, how the fuck, how did this start? What happened? What the actual fuck? And only conclusion that I can come to at this point, because nobody had been in 2 days. I was the last one there. It's like Wednesday night, about 10 o'clock, I was there doing some shit. The only conclusion I can come to at this point is a lithium ion battery in one of my tools decided to burn my fucking building down. It's the only thing that could have spontaneously combusted with nobody touching it all by itself. That's the only thing that makes sense. And it's plausible in that if that had happened, if one of those batteries had put on fire, it was surrounded by a dozen other batteries in some mountain of plastic. And then there were cans of WD-40. I think it might even have like one of those small water bottle sized cans of mixed fuel that I was using for my pressure washer. So there's some gasoline, all kinds of shit. So basically, short story long, once the fire got started, that pile of tools became fucking napalm. Okay, what's your picture? Oh, yeah. Good old made in Meadville, Pennsylvania, Universal Nut Round channel on the rest of it. So, fire fucking starts. All the tools melt. Place is filled with smoke and hot gas. It's nasty. And then after the smoke is cleared and shit, I started kind of like assessing the damage to see, like where I was at. The fire truck guys, they had their boom out, and they were up over the roof, looking at the roof and shit. And I asked them, I was like, "Does the roof look okay?" It's a slightly sloped, flat roof with rubber on it. And they're like, "Yeah, it did burn through the roof in there, so that's great. No roof repairs need done. Like those get costly quickly, which is fantastic." And as far as like actual damage to the building itself, it looks like the wood ceiling right above where the fire was, it burnt a little bit. Like it's kind of like it's like wood planks with cripples, 2x6s, like ceiling joists or whatever, 2x8 joists. And then the joists they rest on big metal beams. So the metal's all fine, obviously. That wood right above where the fire was, it's a little fucked up, it's a little charred, but I don't even think it's like structurally compromised. I think honestly it's a little charred. The entire thing, however, and pretty much everything above like 13 feet, 16-foot ceiling, so like the entire 3-foot top of the building, black as just that smoke, that acrid plastic smoke has just stained, discolored everything in the entire. Well, not just the top of the building, but realistically the entire inside. The lower part of the walls, floor and shit, they fared a little bit better. But the top part of the building, specifically the ceiling, and the very top walls just jet black, you know. So at this point, I'm looking around and I'm like, all right, what else is fucked up? Obviously, the garage. It was a really nice, 13 feet wide, 2 foot tall, giant fucking garage. It was the best one they make. I had it sold last year. Insulated windows, super nice, great garage. Completely, the fireman ripped it off the fucking hinges, so destroyed. And then the opener, the electronic opening thing for the motor, shit melted. So I'm hoping that maybe the tracks for the garage door will be salvageable. But the garage door itself, I'm going down today in about an hour or so. We're gonna rip it off, throw it in the dump trailer, discard that shit. So garage door's fucked. All right, channel wants to leave. How about some off-brand? Let's clean those. So the garage door's fucked, and then I started looking up, and I was like, it was funny. There was a moment where it was dark there, and like the dumbass I am, I go to the fireman, and I'm like, hey, I got all these lights here. Would you like me to put the lights on? And they look at me like, I mean, yeah, sure, yeah. I go over and flip the switch. Of course, nothing happens. And then I look up. I'd put in about the lights themselves were about $2,000, and then all of the electrical that I ran to them probably cost another $2,000. It's all that exposed EMT like old conduit, the electrical running all the lights and shit. It took me about 2 months to do that, but all the lighting was completely done. All the beautiful like high bay LEDs, 250 watt. They were all on their own zone, so you could shut the light off and on however you did. Every one of those lights melted. Just the plastic layers ripped out of them. And then I'm looking up a little bit more, and where the conduit ends, there was an outlet that you plug the light into. A lot of the plastic outlets themselves melted, just dripped out of their sockets. So that's the other big loss was the lighting, obviously. And the unfortunate thing is, seeing the damage at these outlets tells me that if the outlet got destroyed, then all of the wiring inside the outlets, that's got to be destroyed too. So now I'm like, fuck, I got to redo all this electrical. I got to buy all new lights, which sucks so bad. Because it's just so much fucking work running all that shit. Now, I'm a little bit hopeful because some of, the wires are inside these metal pipes, right? So maybe some of the wires are okay, and I just need to, rewire the outlets. That would be cool. But I get the feeling that I'm probably going to have to run all the wiring because all the conduit for the lighting is right up at the top of the ceiling. I got it as I could get it, which unfortunately was the hottest part of the podcast. So probably all the electrical's fucked. We're all the electrical, at least the lighting is fucked. I'm hopeful at least that the wires inside the conduit aren't so melted that I can't just pull the wire back out and push new wire back. Because if that's the case, then at least I don't have to run all the conduit. Because I had never run that much EMT conduit before, and let me tell you, I'm an idiot. It was hard to do. It took me a lot of trying to bend pieces 3 times and throw them away and doing it again just to get a little offset bent conduit. So I'm really hoping that the conduit's okay, or at least I can pull the old wire out of the conduit. That would be pretty sweet. There we go. One more pair of channel. I prefer the smell of WD-40 to the smell of a burnt down wood. So I'm gonna roll. So yeah, the big losses to the building were the garage door, the electrical, and obviously just smoke damage. So I apologize. I can't see anybody's comments right now because I'm not good at live stream. I'll figure it out. So if you guys are saying stuff, I'm not going to see it. I'm just going to keep blathering because it makes this task a little bit less mind-numbing for me. So garage door spot, electrical spot, smoking. So where does that leave me now? What do I do now? I don't think, like I said, I don't think the insurance is going to do it on anything. They could if I push the issue, but they're going to jack the rates on my premiums so much that it just financially makes no sense to even turn it. I'm probably going to be better off with it myself. So, after a day of essentially just being sad and fucking despair, I was like, okay, I will overcome. I will fix this. Life will continue. How do I do it? That's the question I'm asking myself. How the fuck where do I go? And immediately, the thing that comes to me is like, it's December, right? It's December in Pennsylvania, and it's going to be really fucking cold very soon. I was in a good place before this fire because I had the heat on in there, the windows were about to get installed, and it was all the lighting, so I could ostensibly take my time. Who cares if it's 5 degrees? We'll keep it 70 in there, working there, start working on the finishing touches. But now I'm in a very different place. Because it's December, there's not a lot I'm going to be able to do until Mother Nature decides to cooperate. Tin snip, fixed. So my plan for the moment is this. I'm just going to clean up whatever I can that's salvageable. I took another bigger shit, cement mixer and a pressure washer. I took it to a car wash. I pressure washed it, got it clean. I'm going to put that in I have like a trailer, start like a trailer where I keep on my construction thing. So that's my plan for now. Get everything out of the building that's salvageable, like the vehicle stand. Get everything out of there that's salvageable. And then right now, like as we speak, you could go walk into that building and just walk around. The garage door is wide the fuck open. There's another opening in front of the building that was going to be a garage door. We haven't sold it yet. It's wide open. So I'm gonna just try and get everything out of there that I can save, which isn't that much. Some tools and shit. Get it out of there because my thoughts are the next step for me, building back fire is just going to be to clean pressure wash specifically the entire interior of the building. So I'm going to close the building up today. I'm just going to plywood off the openings. It's going to be a fucking abandoned building from now until, I don't know, March, late March, early, something like that. As soon as we hit consistent, like 50-degree weather. And that's it. I'm just going to let it sit until March, April. And I'm just basically going to, me and Kevin are focused on this place. We have so many orders for drums. This has been our best year for building drums ever. I have more orders now than I've ever had in my life. It's the most fantastic fucking thing ever. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to focus on what I do best, what me and Kevin do best. And we're just going to build drums after the building closed up. Because I think, honestly, it's going to take a lot of money to fix this, right? So if I can hurry up and not hurry, but if I can, in a timely fashion, work through all the orders we have, get paid for all the orders we have, that should hopefully help out financially so we can have some money to, in spring, start like that. Because I think that's, it's really all you can do is just like do what you can with what you have where you want, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down tomorrow or today. It's like 1:30 right now. We go down there about 2 o'clock. I had a couple of friends meet me down there. They're gonna bring some tools and shit. I bought all the plywood and 2x4s last night. What is this here? It's a rivet that I use to install the chimney for my heater, which doesn't work. Anyways, so yeah, get it closed up and just kind of pause it. I'm trying to look on the positive side, and in all honesty, this might sound crazy. I think there's a lot of positive things to come out of this. The shitty. It's the first and foremost, the most positive thing was just the genuine outpouring of support that we received, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, text message, phone call, and all kinds of shit. So I just, I put a quick Instagram story up the day it happened, like a little bit longer video, just explaining, the situation yesterday. And it's been insane, man. Just like I didn't know so many people gave any fucks about me building guns or what I'm doing here. It was genuinely something. You just hear from so many people that are like just so supportive. Just like what you do is awesome. Anything you do to help. It's fucking awesome. Really, it was really like the outpouring of kindness. Really was very, very touching. Um, there's been several people that have reached out like, "Hey, start a GoFundMe campaign." Um, I don't know, like that seems weird to me. I don't like asking people for money. Like that's fucking weird to me. And then this morning, I woke up to an email from a fellow drum builder, a guy that I never met before, which is somebody who sent me a long, really kind email. Mark, 7-6 drum company. And Mark was like, "Hey man, I'm putting together a GoFundMe campaign for you." He's like, "I've been watching shit for years." He's like, "I think, been very inspired by the work you do, and I want to try it." And I was like, "What do you say? No, don't make the GoFundMe campaign." So I guess Mark's gonna put that together at some point today or something, like send it to me. I'll share it on all this. And that's awesome, man. I can't say that wouldn't help a lot. Like if we could, raise some money just to buy a new garage door and like buy new lights, that would help me get back a lot faster to like where I was before. So, Mark, I'm sure you're not watching, but thank you. It's incredibly fun. The scissors. They seem to be aware. Yeah. That's like the majority of the story of the fire at the new HHG shop. It was it's not how I was planning my last couple of days to go. Very. I don't. Some people know that some people don't. But like this isn't my full time job. The drum thing is really fun. I'm passionate about it. Someday I'd love to do this full time, but it just doesn't quite pay the bills. Like I have a daughter and a wife, house and mortgage. This shit is just not dependable enough to pay the bills yet. So I have a full time job. I fix power lines. I'm a lineman for a power company, and it's on days like this that I'm genuinely fucking glad that I still have a job because like when all said and done, I can go back to work. I got a steady paycheck there. I'll be fine. I'll be fucking fine. But it's it just it kind of worked out nice because I had a bunch of vacation. I actually switched jobs this year. I used to do like construction. I used to build power lines, and I switched this year. They had an opening for this a new job. It's like a troubleshooter. So it's a guy that basically I'm by myself all the time, and I work a weird schedule. I work 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, go to work 4 p.m. I like the schedule because there's nobody around. I'm just by my fucking self. It's late at night, everybody's asleep. But the function of my job is basically if your lights go out of your house, you call like and they then in turn call me and say, "Hey, this person's lights are out. They don't have electricity. They have to go check." I go take a look, see if I can fix it, and see if they need more. just me to fix what they need. Because I tell all of this little backstory to you to mention notification, which, depending on how you do it, might have worked out really well. Our wire slippers, they're a little hard. I think no good. So, because I switched to this job like midway through this year, I had a lot of vacation time that was scheduled for days that I ended up not having to work anymore. It's like I was sitting down usually off Friday, Saturday. So a lot of like 3-day weekends or whatever, I just needed vacation. So I didn't use it. I had a whole bunch of vacation, about 2.5 weeks saved up for the end of the year. And I could carry it over to next year, but you know, the way I look at it, the only thing is use that shit. Use it while you got it. So I had it all scheduled from December 8th to be my last day at work, to be my first day back in January. So I don't have to go to my day job until January, which is fucking awesome. That's to have that much vacation is a real blessing. It's a union gig, which I can't say anything. And it's a real blessing to have a vacation. And it's the timing, like I said, depending on how you look at it, is either really good or very terrible. Because you know I'm dealing with it on vacation time, and I was hoping to just mainly spend some time with family and hopefully just get to work and get doing some drums and shit. Not so much. Not so much. I'm gonna. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not gonna have the next 20 days dealing with this. I'm hoping, in all honesty, by the end of today, possibly the end of tomorrow, to basically have this whole fire solution wrapped up for the most part. I mean, not done, not fixed, but on ice. Like, I'm going to have the building closed up today, have my tools cleaned by the end of the day. I'm going to move the storage unit for some shit we were storing down in the building, but I just don't have people in the shop. But that's what I'm hoping is I don't really want to spend. Like I said, there's not anything I can do. Like, I can't go for pressure washing. It's fucking 30 degrees outside. The frozen water is spoiled. So all I can really do is to get through it as fast as I can, get the building boarded up, just forget about it. I'm just gonna forget about the building until March. And then March, April swings around, we'll jump back in. Much better. What's that? Next. I just watched it recently. It's a very nice fight time. It makes me sad if they get fucked up. Yeah, man. But yeah, we have a lot of orders here now, and this year's been insane. Like, we've been so lucky, so blessed. Just like so many fucking people. I feel like I've been building drums. I started by myself about 7 years ago. Kevin's been with me for several years now, helping build drums. With the company. This year has been the busiest year I've ever had. It's like every couple of weeks, like I would be stressing out about money for the business, try not to my personal finances, business finances. I'm like, oh God, I need some, like, we're broke. Like, we gotta get a new garage door. We gotta get new windows, building, blah blah blah, and just the fucking planets would align, and a couple, enough orders would drop in my lap, and we were able to continue working on the new building. And that's, I think that's really one of the more tragic things to me. It's just like I built a lot of drums for people this year. We built a lot of drums for people this year, and I don't pay myself anything from this at all. All I do with any money from this business is I put it back into the business because I want to see it grow and outlive me. two successful driving drum companies. And that's one of the tragic things. It's like every awesome new customer and every repeat customer that we have this year, the drum that I built for you or the kit that I built for you, you built for you, all of the money from whatever for people this year basically went into that build. And all of that work going, all the drums, it's not like it's going to people still have it, that's great. But all the proceeds, it's all fucking burnt up. It's all fucking burnt up. I don't know. I'm a big fan of like mindset is super important, I think. Like there's definitely a little part of me that just wants to like curl into a ball and fucking die. Like that instinct I think exists in all of us. But we've all dealt with tough shit a lot. We've all dealt with like moments that made you feel like that. And for me personally, I've always found that the only way for me to feel better is to be proactive and like come up with a solution. And that's what I'm trying to do now. It's just I think the only way that I can not be super bummed out about this whole situation is just to like focus on the positives, clean, reuse. I think the only way that I can really the best way to have a positive mindset about this for me personally is just focus on going forward, focus on how to fix this, focus on how to bounce back. Because if I spend any time thinking about what if I spot down the building, like, oh man, what if maybe I should have like stored my bags somewhere else. Like if I spend any fucking time thinking about that, it just wastes like a small amount of mental energy that I possess on something like YouTube. So I'm not gonna. I'm trying every time those thoughts pop up. I'm like, oh man, shit! I wish I would have gone to the building fucking Thursday night and just like put my head in. I probably would have saved the building. Be gone with that shit because it's just not helpful. It's not helpful whatsoever. Like the only thing that's worth thinking about is forward. How do I fix the building? How do I clean it up? I'm reminding myself now that there's probably a lot of people watching this that maybe I don't know haven't been here for this whole long window of mine. For anybody that's joined recently, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Comments are off. Well, I mean, they're not off, like I just can't see them because I'm streaming from my phone. But I'm just kind of recapping some of the details of a fire that happened Friday night or Friday morning, I guess, at my new shop that we've been renovating. Paint scraper, what do you think? What I'm doing today is just cleaning some of my destroyed tools that were out. Field paint scraper. Say that'll work. Fermented blonde so despair. Move on. Two wires. Yeah. Like these. Smell like a burnt house. Pretty fucking gross. Yeah, just kind of recapping some of the details of that fire. It's like I said earlier, I was just sitting here polishing tools, had some fish playing in the background, and like, this fucking nuts. Like, I don't want to do this. I'm looking around at all the beautiful drums in the middle of the building. I'm like, I just want to do that. Like, I don't want to do this. God damn it. And then I was like, well, what if you talk to some internet people while you did it? Would that make this a little bit better? The answer is yes. I like to hear myself talk. It's been good. I appreciate you guys. It's pretty fucking cool. Oh man. Yeah, I like that being fucked up. Yes, yes. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys have ever had to deal with like a house fire or whatever, any type of fire in your life, but This is kind of like the third one that I've experienced in my lifetime. One of them pretty directly. The other one was a little bit more indirect. But I live in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. I'm not from here originally. I'm like the northern part of the state. Moved down here for a job, and when I moved down, I had an apartment down in southern part of Altoona. And I was up visiting my hometown. I was actually playing some drums at my friend's house. We were just jamming out with mom and brother and shit. And I get a phone call in between songs. It was my the fucking building maintenance guy, Randy, calling me. Think about this. Another pipe cutter? Do we need to? No? Let's fix it. Let's fix it. But Randy calls me. I'm playing some drums. He's like, "Hey, are you sitting down?" I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting down. What's up? He says, "Well, there was a fire at the apartment." Um, my first question was, "What, do you want me to sort of come back?" And it's like, "This is Saturday." And he's like, "It's like at this point, there's no reason to come back. There's really nothing you can do. I don't think." I'm like, okay, so whatever. Continued on with my night. Came back to town Sunday, and it was like a row house apartment. So there was like 3-story apartments, like 10 of them all back together, one big long building. And it was like middle of summer, super hot, and apparently one of the neighbors had flipped a cigarette outside into some fresh malt, which was pretty flammable, I guess. I didn't know that was a thing. The mulch caught fire, and then the mulch crept up in front of the building, all the vinyl siding. And then when it got to the soffit, got through the soffit into the attic. And then once it was in the attic, it basically the entire attic for all 10 apartments caught on fire. So it was burning up in the attic, and they got it out. And the place didn't burn to the ground. It was kind of similar to this. Like, it didn't burn to the ground, but everything in the fucking house was destroyed. Like everything was soaked with water from the fire trucks. Everything was, smelled horrible, smoke damage. So that was my first run-in with a fire, and I'm kind of like, obviously I wouldn't wish that shit on my worst enemy. But having been through it before, I kind of knew like it's not the end of the world. It sucked, but all you got to do is just kind of put your head down, do a little bit of work. You can get yourself back to where you were. Clean. Looks good. Put this back. Oh, a lot of these aren't really horrible. Not too bad. Like this one, pair of needles. Not too shabby. That was the first encounter with a fire. Was that park fire? I kind of lucked out on that one because I had just bought a vehicle and I had to get new insurance for my vehicle. It was a truck, my old F-150 that I sold last year. And when I went to get insurance for my truck, my insurance guy was like, "Hey, if you want, you can do like a bundle deal thing where you like group together some insurance for your vehicle as well as some insurance for your apartment, like renter's insurance. And if you do that, I still remember telling me he was like, the discount will be so high for grouping your policy, the renter policy will become essentially free." So I was like, of course, like why wouldn't they? Let's do it. It wasn't even a couple months after that the apartment fucked that. So I really liked that one because it was a strict renter's policy, which it just covers all your shit basically. It covers all the stuff you have in your apartment. And I kind of lucked out because it was very different from the insurance I have now for this building. It was very much designed for like if somehow your building was destroyed that you were renting, you'd be all right. And it was really awesome, like, to the point where they they paid for me, my girlfriend, now wife, to basically stay in a hotel, like until we found a new place. So I always joke like, you've been in a hotel for too fucking long if you had your shit unpacked and you put it into the drawers in the dresser of the hotel. I was there, like I had my shit unpacked. I was living in a hotel. So we were there for like a month, and then we found a new place to rent. But it worked out really well. Like, we ended up paying for pretty much all the shit. Um, that wasn't too horrible. I mean, shitty to deal with because I ended up doing a lot of this. I mean, like even though they paid for a lot of this stuff, I still tried to salvage as much as I could. So I rented a storage unit, and I took all the garbage that I have that was still fixable and cleanable, put it in the storage unit. I would just go over for like an hour or two every once in a while after work, just like do this, just clean shit. So it kind of gave me a playbook, I guess. Like having experienced that before and understanding you can fix your shit, you can clean some of your shit off, you do. So I'm kind of glad that I had experience because it kind of gave me a primer for what to expect from this. Did we say we fix those up? Nasty. Smells like a devil's buckle. It's gross. Um, yeah. So that was the one of the fires I dealt with. The other one wasn't my property. It was actually my dad's wood shop. So I forget when this happened. I want to say like 8, 9 years ago. Kind of a similar thing. Like, and I still have no clue what the fuck happened to this one. I have some suspicions, and these were one of two things. But basically, my dad had a shop, like a wood shop. It was actually where I learned a lot of my woodworking and shit. Very cool place. I'm very sad to see it gone. I had a lot of sentimental value for that place, and a lot of tools. But basically, my dad had kind of gotten out of woodworking because of some health issues, and then he was just slowly like donating his tools to me because I was kind of getting more into it and stuff. So I've been kind of taking some of the bigger machines slowly but really out of his shop. And I think I got like a joiner, drill press, and I think that weekend I was up, I got a table saw. I disassembled. Actually, it's this table saw that I'm working on it now. So I got the table saw out of there. A lot of work, disassembling the whole thing, taking it all apart. It had been neglected, so I had to do it. I just spent a lot of time cleaning it up to get it back into service. But after like I left town, and then later that evening, I got a phone call, I think from one of my dad's friends who had stopped down to visit my dad and had noticed his shop. Oh man, it was so depressing. I, that building was so cool. It was a real old, it's actually an old horse stable from like way back in like the like 1890s. Like, it's fucking really cool. But it burned to the fucking ground. Like there was nothing. It was a wooden building, I mean, filled with wood to do projects with machinists. So it stood machinists. And I remember coming back. Maybe I came back the next weekend or something. Check it out, and it was just so depressing. It was similar to what I had now. Like I looked into the pile of rubble, and there was just like I could see the metal chunks and remnants of all these what once were beautiful tools, just fucking wrecked, just sit. But that actually, silver lining as I am, that one didn't work out too bad either uh, because I had spent so much time in there, and I had, I was still kind of empty of the place of all of the content. I had a really good feel for what was in there. My dad had it pretty well, so I managed to spend a couple hours and sat down and I wrote big lists of like everything I could think of that was in there. And then provided that to the insurance, and my dad got paid for it, which I don't know. Depending on how you look at it, my dad was never going to, because of health issues, he was never going to be woodworking like this. So maybe it was for the best just to, rather than see that shit just totally rot maybe it was better that it just burnt down and he got paid at least something for it. And then I proceeded. There's still the walls standing up, building. I still remember having my wife. I tied a rope around the walls. I tied it to my truck and like pulled the walls into the building. And then I got a bunch of diesel and shit. And we set it on fire again so that it would burn down the foundation, just to get rid of it. So those are my two brushes for fire. Oh shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's 1:50. My friends are meeting me down at the building at 2 o'clock. We're gonna go uh, get it closed up for now. Just kind of plywood off the walls so nobody can get in there. So I think I'm gonna sign off. But I wanted to thank you for swinging by. I'm sorry that I couldn't be more interactive. I might spend a little bit more time fiddling with this app so I can figure out how to kind of get this set up a little bit better. Try to do more content. Oh, fuck. But yeah, thank you guys for swinging by. I think you kind of kept me on target because rather than just sitting here thinking thoughts, I could blather away from you guys. So here, I appreciate that. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign on. I'm going to turn this time. I'll catch you guys later. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I will see you later.